Hey there, welcome back. So in the previous couple of videos, we have talked about what is a neural network, what is a neuron, how an entire neural network is trained, and I believe that it is about time when we should start talking a little about PyTorch, since from the next section onwards, we'll go through a lot of hands-on sessions in PyTorch, right? So let's get started. So what is PyTorch? Now you can go through the definition which is over here, and this is something I've copy pasted from pytorch.org, and this is a great website if you want to learn more about PyTorch and also the history of PyTorch, and it also contains different tutorials for developers and so on, right? So make sure to check this pytorch.org website, and I believe like till now you have already done that. So this is basically an open source machine learning framework that accelerates the path from research prototyping to production deployment. So PyTorch is basically a library in Python that will help you to build neural networks. So this will assist you in your journey in deep learning, right? So it will provide you all the different things that you are going to need, like tensors, different mathematical functions and all, which will help you to create neural networks and also train and maintain neural networks. Now just to give you a background about PyTorch, so it was initially released in the year 2016, and I believe this is one of the reasons why TensorFlow is more popular compared to PyTorch, since it was released before that. And the first stable release of PyTorch was in the year 2018, and we already know that by that time TensorFlow was already a thing and people were using it actively in their production use cases, right? And PyTorch is also created by the Facebook AI team, whereas we have TensorFlow, which is created by the Google Brain team, right? Now PyTorch is also based on an open source machine learning library which was there from 2002, and it's called Torch. So these are the people who have created PyTorch, and they basically saw that this library which is there, right, Torch, it can be implemented in Python, and they did that, right? They did that, and they came up with PyTorch. And at that time, I think apart from Adam, all these other people were part of the Facebook AI team. So they came up with PyTorch at that time, right? And the syntax of PyTorch, the way you create neural networks, you train neural networks and all these things, those are pretty much like Torch, since PyTorch is based on Torch. Now, just to give you an understanding of what PyTorch provides. So PyTorch provides you tensors, and it also works only with tensors, right? So what are tensors? We are going to talk about it in some future video, but for now, just know that tensors are the fundamental data structure in your in PyTorch, right? So whatever operations in the neural networks, like whatever you are going to do, you will do it on top of tensors. PyTorch will not work on any of NumPy's ND arrays or a simple list or tuple or dictionary object that you create. PyTorch will only work on tensors. Now coming again, the PyTorch is also device aware. So what do we mean by device aware? So basically the tensors that you create on PyTorch, they can work either on your GPU or CPU, right? So if your system has a GPU, then it's possible for PyTorch tensors to be created in that GPU. And if you do that, then the training process will be way faster, since GPUs are great, in terms of calculating simple things, right? Compared to CPUs. So PyTorch is device aware, that is another thing. And now the most important thing which Python developers love is PyTorch is highly coupled with Python. So you have all these different Python libraries that you would have worked on till now, like NumPy, Pandas and all these things, and you will see that PyTorch is highly coupled with these libraries as well, and you can pretty much convert a NumPy ND array into a PyTorch tensors and vice versa. So these functionalities all like come with PyTorch directly. And all the operations that you can pretty much do in a NumPy ND array, operations like slicing, indexing the array and so on. So all these things you can also do on a PyTorch tensor. So working with a PyTorch tensor will pretty much feel like you are learning NumPy, you are working with NumPy ND array, right? And once you do that, then the model development, right? So the way you train the different PyTorch models and all those things, so that will pretty much seem like scikit-learn. So what do you do in scikit-learn? You import a specific library, then you feed in the train data, test data and all these things, and you pretty much get the train model which you can use for predictions. And PyTorch will also seem similar to that, because there are no additional steps and so on. You just create the model, you train it, and you have the model. It's like that. Now, as it is highly integrated with Python, so it also can be debugged, right? So PyTorch can be debugged with any native Python debugger. So you don't need any specific debugger or something like that, which you need in case of TensorFlow. You don't need any of that. You can use any IDE's debugger and you can debug through neural networks. So that is also another huge flexibility that is provided with PyTorch. So this is pretty much what PyTorch is in a nutshell. So it is a deep learning library that provides you a lot of different features which are helpful in order to build neural networks, which we are going to do in this course, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it with PyTorch. In the next video we are going to talk about TensorFlow and PyTorch, what are the similarities and differences. So I will see you in that one. Thank you.